Hey friends, it's Mr. Jim and welcome back to Kid Short Stories. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. We are the podcast that turns your ideas into an amazing adventure every single day. You know, we couldn't even exist without imaginations from kids just like you. So if you have an idea for a story, I'd love to see it. Check down in the show notes below for how you can submit your own story idea, and maybe we'll turn it into an awesome adventure. And parents, if you're new to kids podcasting, I want to challenge you to listen to podcasting for 5 days in a row with your kids. It's going to increase their imagination, decrease screen time, and we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Are you guys ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go! On the last episode, we saw that Anaya and her mom had just climbed onto this mysterious-looking island in the middle of a lake, and they saw a waterfall. But the waterfall had something very sparkly inside and a secret cave. Oh dear, let's see what happens next. As Anaya and her mom stood next to this crashing waterfall, they saw an opening to the side that would lead into a secret cave. "Come on, Mom, let's go check it out," said Anaya. If we get in there, we're going to get soaked. Are you okay with that?" asked her mom. Of course. It looks like there could be a mystery inside of there. At least it'd be a really cool picture to stand on the inside of a waterfall. Come on." Anaya grabbed her mom's hand and they squeezed along the edge of this rocky cliff. It was very wet and full of moss. They squeezed their way behind the waterfall, and finally they were inside of the secret cave. "Wow, it's so cool in here," said Anaya as she looked all around. It wasn't a very big cave, but it was so cool to be kind of like on the inside of a waterfall. "I think there's a flashlight in the backpack. Let me open it up," said her mom. Zzz. She unzipped the backpack and looked inside, moving all the other snacks and things inside, and finally, all the way at the bottom was the flashlight. It's funny how it's usually the thing that you want the most. It's usually on the bottom of the backpack, right? She pulled out the flashlight and 2 granola bars that they could both eat and flipped on the light to take a look around. "Wow, this place is amazing," said Anaya. "I've never seen anything like it." It was a true amazing cave with stalactites and stalagmites. Do you know what those are? Yeah, those are those pointy things inside of caves. And if you remember the trick, a stalactite is the pointy one that holds onto the ceiling because it's got to hold on tight. And a stalagmite is the one on the ground. But hold on, Anaya, didn't we see something really colorful inside of that waterfall? "Oh yeah," said Anaya as she turned around with the flashlight and pointed it over towards the waterfall. I don't see anything." "Yeah, me neither," said her mom. "Let me walk around to the outside of the waterfall and take a look back in and see if it's still there." Her mom squeezed her way along the edge of that wet, mossy, rocky wall around the waterfall and came out to the other side. The waterfall was so loud her mom had to shout, "Anaya, I see it! It looks like it's right behind where the water's crashing down. Come a little closer." Anaya was walking closer to the waterfall and her mom was almost guiding her. And finally, Anaya saw it. "Oh, I see it. Come back in, Mom." Her mom came back inside and Anaya reached down into the dirt and pulled back a big flat rock that it was hiding under and pulled it out. "Wow, look at this thing, Mom." Anaya was holding something almost the size of a baseball that was very muddy, but seemed very sparkly. "Wow, let's wash it off in the water and see if it'll clean up." They knelt down into a pool of water and started washing off this thing that looked almost like a giant gemstone. But there's no way, it was as big as a baseball. There's no way that would be a real gemstone, right? The more they rubbed it, it got brighter and brighter. It was glowing almost like a blue light inside of it. And finally, they rubbed off the last of the dirt on it, and it emitted the brightest light they'd ever seen. "Whoa! How is that possible? They had to squint and close their eyes because it was that bright. Instantly, the cave was filled with this beautiful blue light that was pouring out from this strange gemstone. It took about 10 seconds for their eyes to adjust to this very bright light. But finally, whoa, Mom, open your eyes, look over here. Anaya was pointing to the wall. One of the walls of the cave where that blue light was shining on had somehow just been turned into an opening of sorts, like something that they could keep walking in. Hold on, said her mom. That wasn't there a second ago. Where did that opening come from? I don't know, said Anaya. It must be from that blue light of that blue stone. Come on, let's go check it out. Anaya was very brave, always the first one to try something new, so she was very excited to burst into this new, unexplored area. Her mom grabbed onto that blue stone, which was now feeling pretty warm. As they walked into this new opening of the cave, it led them into another magical room full of so many crystals, shouted Anaya. The floor, the walls, the ceiling were full of all of these very pointy crystals. You should have seen it. As they waved the flashlight around, it reflected off of all of these different crystals and made the room filled with all kinds of rainbows. It was amazing, but all those pointy crystals were way too pointy to walk on, so they couldn't enter in very far. They just had to look with their eyes. Wow, this is amazing, said her mom. Hey, Anaya, I think I saw something over here. Come on. Her mom led her back into that original cave that they had walked in behind the waterfall. And as that blue crystal was still shining very bright, it shined in a new way and opened up a new door. But this door did not lead into a new cave or a new section of underneath this mountain. But this door opened up to a new world. As Anaya and her mom stood at the entrance to this new world, they couldn't believe their eyes. An adventure that had begun this morning as they hiked into a forest and walked to a normal lake with a normal island had now just turned into a very unnormal door to a new world. Both of their eyes got very big with excitement as they wondered what might lie ahead. And even though this is the end of our story, it's pretty clear that this is only just the beginning of the amazing adventures of Anaya and her mom. Now that they've found that magical blue crystal, I wonder what kind of doors it might open for them in the future. Well, that's a story for another time. But maybe, just maybe, you and your parents will find something magical together on your next adventure. The end.
Hey friends, I need your help celebrating a birthday. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday, Heidi, who's turning 7 years old. Heidi wants to be a vet when she grows up, loves playing with her cat Bagels, I love that name, and making magic potions. Wow, Heidi, I'm so glad we got to celebrate you and your big day on the show. Happy 7th birthday, Heidi. Well, friends, I hope you all have a super duper day, and I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!